Hey guys, that's kind of, well, this is the vlog for November 25th of 2014, but I was kind of hoping it would have turned out to be a nice Thanksgiving. Instead, it has to snow and be cold. For the last 3 days, I shouldn't be making videos, I should be out enjoying it. I did a little bit. It's been in the 40s, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, melting snow. Beautiful, no wind, and that's very rare for South Dakota. So we'll go out here and I'll show you. We're not going to the basement. I'm not going to complain about the hot water here and all that shit, but I want to show you what it looks like outside. It looks like cocaine outside. There's so much cocaine everywhere, you just don't know what to do with it anymore. Oh, look at that. And it's snowing again. Oh, it never ends. Ooh, there's my propane tanks. It was all gone, now it's back again. Winter weather advisory if the wind comes up. And I'm not looking forward to that. Then I'll have to get my Bobcat out and wear the fucker out. I see it needs more hydraulic oil. It was kind of struggling to lift up the bucket, and it's belt driven for the hydrostatic, but the oil has nothing to do with the driven thing, so that's good. But I did check the oil and it was low. I did not videotape it. I also haven't heard anything in the house yet. Government people take their fucking time. They don't rush for nothing. I had a YouTube user that asked me what is wrong with my Honda four-wheeler, this green 650cc. It's a TRX 650 FA3, I believe, 2003 Honda Rincon. I purchased it for $3 grand with 12,000 miles on it with 1,600 hours. That's kind of high hours, sort of, but a lot of miles. So it ran good. Purchased in 2009. Never did a single thing to it last couple years. Let's see, a couple years ago, the first thing I put is front wheel bearings in there, twice. Then after that, I put a battery in there. The original battery was 2003. It died. It was $100. Then after that, then the valves were ticking. And what happened is the rocker things on there where the valves you adjust are so loose, they're tapping. And they're so wore out, and then the chain in there so bad, and the cam. And when you start it now, it has power because I adjusted it. My friend is a mechanic, but he doesn't know anything about these little engines. He adjusted the valves wrong so they wouldn't have any power, it'd be doggy. So I went in there and did it myself, adjusted it, messed around with it before it got cold. But it's still tapping pretty loud. It has power now. It goes fast now, faster than ever. And I don't want to run it because I noticed last time I run it was tapping really loud, and when I went down the road it just stalled. She wouldn't want to start again. She's getting pretty bad, like no compression. But I tested the compression and there's compression there. Hell of a lot. So, but the starter just cannot crank it. It gets, it'll kick it back so bad where it just ground the gears in the starter. And then when I last ran it, I shut it off and I put it in the garage, and I come back and I smell gas. Brand new carburetors pouring gas out of the overflow. Don't know why. And the shut-off valve does not work on there. Shut it off, it still comes out just fast as it could go. So that's another reason why it's not running. So it's just sitting there until I figure out if I want to spend the money or get a new one. I don't know if it's worth fixing it or getting another engine for it. Well, I don't know if you could find one. They probably abuse it. Or get one for $5 grand. I don't know what to say about it, but all I know is I'm not going to worry about it until next spring. So everybody was asking, where is it? Well, it's in a little bit of rough shape right now. And I might have abused it a little bit too hard. Yeah, we always abuse equipment at our farm. Yeah, especially the brown Ford diesel. That one's been abused pretty bad. So is that white 1-ton dually. You should have seen me chasing cattle with it, my dad. When we chase cattle with them pickups, you can't believe the transmission's holding in them things. Yeah, I was pretty tough on that white Power Stroke. Actually, before it snowed here 3 weeks ago, I was chasing some cattle, and it was a little muddy out, and I had the white Power Stroke. This one heifer would not get in. He was over here, and the fence was here, and the road was over here, and he was running towards the road. And I'm like, no way. So I slam it and drive, and I put it to the floor. The Power Stroke just instantly cuts out. It goes, clack, 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 clack. It finally goes like that. I don't know why it cut out like that and made that clacky noise, but it didn't sound good. I had that fucker to the floor. It just blew black smoke out, and that turbo was whistling on there. And I got over there, and that heifer hit my door on the side there. He was fine, but he smashed the door on the side. I bet I did that for a half an hour straight. And it did that 3 times. It tried to kill on me right by the slough too, where I was almost getting stuck. I had it reversed, and I slammed it in drive, and I put it to the floor again. And she went, and it went like that again. It didn't sound good. It smelled pretty hot too. I think the engine's weak, pretty weak. I think it's got low compression. So I finally got the heifer in, and it is leaking diesel. I could smell it, and that could be part of the problem too. We had the diesel leak fixed, but it started leaking again. And is it recording? Okay. So anyway, as I was chasing the cows and stuff, I got out and I immediately checked for fire because it smelled very, very, very hot. But I went outside and I looked. It was so damn windy that day too. It was raining and windy and cold. And I went out and looked, and the rear end was leaking oil out of the dry shaft, and it sprayed all over the exhaust, and it was smoking on there. I'm like, oh, that's alright. I didn't care because it was wet outside. And if I caught fire, I had a fire extinguisher with me because we always have a fire extinguisher with us with them Fords. Them brakes always stick on them things, and have caught on fire before the front brakes. So, but needless to say that we're tough on them Fords. And for that brown one to make it that many years without doing any repairs, that's impressive. Very impressive. I'm surprised the engine isn't burning any oil. We do change oil on it, but the way we overheat them and push them, pretty impressive. That white Power Stroke was overheating big time. It was almost to the hot mark. I was pushing it pretty tough. Pretty hard. I'm surprised that engine and transmission took it. But now, unfortunately, the starter went out on it, so can't use it. I knew the starter was going out because every time it started, it would rarely roll over because it leaked diesel on the starter for how many couple years now. So yeah. So anyway, that's kind of a little vlog and a little bit of history of how I run my trucks. My car, my Ford Focus. I might be a little tough on it too. Thanks for watching, guys.